Hi, I'm here. I'm like just kind of just being myself right now. I don't know. I might just kind of close my eyes for a little while longer, or just I don't know. But I had went on YouTube to upload my video from earlier that I made, and for some reason my um normal format for how it is, like to click on the plus sign in the middle or my picture on the side, all that, it was just a bunch of videos on there. So I was saying, what the fuck is this shit? So I was about to restart my phone, and then it was like this case. Now I don't really be paying attention to people's stuff because I don't even know, and this is a perfect reason as to why. It was this man that had been convicted before on drug charges, okay? And it said that he went into a leasing agreement for 61 years. It's a hard time for him to find anywhere else. He had interest in the house. He had children in the community, and he wanted to stay there. And he had paid over $100,000 up front, and he had the receipt. Apparently the father and the son who owned the house changed their whole situation, their agreement. And the father, the owner of the home, is not a person, he's not a landlord. But his son was a landlord. He's a landlord. I don't know. But they steady slandering this man and this is apparently like, you know what I'm saying, civil court rather. And they are slandering the man. And laughing, bringing up, oh, he's a drug dealer. This just don't seem right. You know, the landlord was apparently on the person who did or did not accept the money or whatever. It's some bullshit. First of all, how did the man eat? Where is the amount of money that the man did pay? And then the man wasn't even in court who they were saying that the money went to. He wasn't even there. But then the public official that's supposed to have been a judge, an attorney, was up there like laughing and saying like, you know what I'm saying, not really believing him and kind of saying like his credibility, you know, and just wondering like, why would you give all this money? Like, this not making sense. And then they're trying to say, well, he had a court-appointed attorney. Where's he getting it? He tried to tell him like he saved up the money. These people were literally, I'm just saying, I don't know what happened, but this is where you get into a situation. It's still kind of cold outside. But the sun is shining. You get into a situation of professionalism. They sit there literally kicking it while this man literally trying to plead with them for some reason that he's supposed to still be at the house. They laughing at the receipt, kind of, you know, they going back and forth with, I said, you know what, I'm not a juror, but I'm looking at this video just to see kind of like how they handle these matters, you know, because I have to continue what I'm doing. I've been through shit before where I tried to evict someone out of my house. They didn't even tell me the man's name, but I remember that the man, that I remember his name now. But also he had it was something with him on my Facebook page before at one time too. Maybe even something about his mama or something. It was some shit. His mother, whoever, I don't know, his mama, I don't know. But a woman or some person that he said is his mother, his mom. But regardless if they're white and I'm black. You know what I'm saying? I seen how that judge did me. I couldn't even file for damages or nothing. That court refused to let me reschedule. The Kenosha, Wisconsin courts refused to let me reschedule the court date, knowing that I'm telling them my dad is in and out of the hospital right now. I can't show up right now. And I didn't know anything about Zoom court or anything. I don't even know if it was anything. And they didn't tell me. So apparently it wasn't an option for me. But I wanted to show up at that time. And so they gonna lie and say on the court paperwork that I never did come and get the paperwork that they had for me. So that paperwork still should be sitting there at the motherfucking Kenosha courthouse, and I'm coming for it. Okay. But how are these people talking about it may turn into something about credibility and all this different stuff about that man just because he's a convicted felon? What does that have to do where he get his money from? They're bringing up all this stuff like, why don't you just stick to everything that has to do with this case? Why are you coming out of all kinds of stuff? Why are you looking up this man criminal background and all this different stuff? Why don't you sit down with the man and sit down with your son and figure out what the fuck happened? I'm saying, man, just get the fuck out their house, because it seems like they about to try to catch you up on some shit, and you know what I'm saying, they gonna try to be on some bullshit. They gonna try to get your ass one way or another. They talking about how did he have check it out, how he have a court-appointed attorney, and he already had paid rent. I said, it looked like his money running out. They about to try to railroad him. You know what I'm saying? If he paid all that money, I don't know before when, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't paying that much attention. But I started paying more attention when I seen that that judge was like, kind of like having a bias. Like laughing in this man's face. That man sitting there the whole time by himself. He should be able to speak for his motherfucking self. Okay? Then all of a sudden, some legal services popped up on this. Wasn't hired by him. He made some points or whatever. Obviously, what does it mean to you? What does it matter to you? How this man got the money? He paid the money. This is the thing. That man, he don't just get to lose whatever he gave. Whatever. Okay? Whatever he gave it. That's some people's work. Just like that man talk about, he built the house for his son and want his son to sober up. His son was on alcohol. Then his son was on drugs. Why did the judge have to know anything about his son being on drugs? Why did the judge have to know anything about the alcohol, drugs, anything that son was doing? Say exactly what it is that you're trying to get at. You're going to put points, and this is how they fight. This is how they win, with diagnosis and all this different shit. And they don't even mind slanging. That man didn't even mind slanging his own motherfucking son out there, man. I found that just real fucked up and stupid. He didn't even have the proper paperwork, but the attorney, he talking and then, you know what I'm saying, his attorney steps in and talks about this land contract that he never even motherfucking seen. As an attorney, hold on. You're going to take your person's word for it. That's fine. So why you going to not listen to what this man had to say? Where the fuck is that man that is involved with this whole person? This middleman that has apparently got what he wanted out the situation. Now they sitting up there and the judge is giving bad advice. Not even showing. They talking about the credibility of that man. But what about the credibility of the judge and the courts? For people to see this is what you do? They ain't mentioned anything about the man's skin color or nothing like that. But they sure did mention about his criminal background. That man trying to tell him that he's a felon. He has a felony. And so it wasn't easy. So apparently he came out of that amount of money, and he is planning on staying there for 61 years and still make more payments to them. He's going to come out some more money, but he want to be around his children. The house was built or whatever, 20 years ago or something, they said. And somehow this man got involved, and he's still calling him his landlord. Man, please. I just, that is some shit right there, man. I don't know what they doing. I just believe that some shit they could have talked about. And me, I'm talking out loud to watching the thing. I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm saying it shows, like the conditions of people where they want something and they're going to do anything that they can to tear people down. And, I try to stick to this. What are you doing right now? That man drug charging had nothing to do with those people there. So why are they bringing it up? That man drug charging have nothing to do at all with at least his money, none of that stuff. If they didn't question where his money was coming from the beginning, that money was good enough for them or not. I don't even know if any money was ever exchanged. I don't know how the fuck that man got into their house in the first place. I don't know. But his criminal background, none of that stuff ever came up before. The judge on that case know better than to bring up that man criminal background and all those sort of things. Like me, I rented out this house to a white woman who mom came and said she would be responsible if anything go wrong. That woman was trying to fight me. Her daughter was trying to fight me. They were showing up Speedway, Kmart, trying to fight me and shit all outside. Man, please, I wasn't on that shit, man. It was just been me getting a criminal charge, expensive way of me getting in trouble, paying them to put me in trouble. I wasn't feeling that. But she had told me that her daughter was going to go to jail and lose her children through a children's in need of protection case. Kenosha, Wisconsin had her. I don't even know. I didn't even verify it. I didn't even know the woman. Really, I didn't even like the motherfucking woman when I was a child. I didn't fuck with her. She was always just big bitch, always on some bullshit. Like a big fat bitch. That's what I mean. Like, that's how I view her, even as a child. Like, can't stand her fat ass. Like, she was never my friend. Matter of fact, she was a friend of these people. This girl who kept on trying to come around, talking about she was my best friend. All that different shit. I said that shit like, oh, you were like one of my first best. But no, it wasn't. Just because I was around you sometime, that don't mean you're my best friend. But I have felt like I was obligated to give a title or some rank in my life. Ain't no motherfucking body. She ain't got no rank in my life. You know what I'm saying? That was no best friend, man. But who's to say it? I never told my parents she was my best friend. I never put it in writing. I never told any. That's just some random shit. It was this other white girl in middle school, so-called my best friend, because that's who I was talking to on the phone and being around sometime. Those are classmates. Those were just situations. I didn't really even spend no time with them people. You know what I'm saying? There was some rememberable moments or whatever, but I was at home. I was raised at my house. Shit. It's not raised at their house. But Never once they had to come up and say something bad about those people who I had rented the house up. But it all turned around on me. The police in Kenosha tried to criminally charge me in my house. Them people wouldn't even let me in my house. I literally had to, first of all, they broke the door down. Off the hinges the first day that they were there. It was the talk of the goddamn whole community. It was, man, that shit traveled. To the point where I was even on Facebook, like, these motherfuckers sitting here talking and gossiping about me and all this different stuff. I don't even know them like that. I don't even know them people. I didn't know them people. I just knew them from just going to a group, you know what I'm saying, in a community. That's all I knew about them people. Them people weren't in my life. Anytime I seen them, they were asking of me or asking of my dad, or they were just some random folks there that showed up and you know what? Them were not my people. But I believe that I had a relationship with them. But when I went to the professional part of it, I said, I don't even know y'all. To keep it real, like, y'all don't know shit about me, and I damn sure don't know. And I don't know even where your house is at. I don't know nothing about y'all. Literally, they trying to fight me, just had something to talk about. That house ain't none of them ever paid shit on that house, ever. You know what I'm saying? But they were just always trying to find something to keep my name in their mouth to stay relevant. Like, they know me. But I was looking at this case and I'm just like, how is this judge sitting there? And he kind of changed it around a little bit. He started sobering up in the situation or whatever. But I said, this whole fucking thing is a mess. But I don't know what it is, because I've written a lease out before to some white people. And I told them the house needed some repairs. It was some cracks in the ceiling, some cracks in the wall, and some cracks like on the cement, but near the back door. But these are all things that can be fixed, and I plan on, these people were came to me on Facebook looking for some motherfucking work. I didn't go and ask them to move into the house. They all came to me looking for somewhere to live. White people sit up here and they all got on some, what they did was probably went in the house, knew that it was still stuff in there, because I told them, you know what, some of this stuff, y'all trying to hurry up and move in here for some reason. My dad was in and out of the hospital, whatever. And I said, I haven't moved all my stuff out of the house yet. But I still have furniture and all kinds of stuff in here. And I said, I can rent the house out with the furniture in it and all this different stuff. But they went and hired an attorney and all this shit. They paid an attorney, even if they paid an attorney. That's the motherfucking thing. I don't know, because they said they ain't really even had no goddamn money. So, but I never once told the attorney, like, I'm not going to give them the money. What if I would have spent the money? You know what I'm saying? Or didn't have it? That was my money. Shit. That was my motherfucking money. They paid me. They went through that door and they got the keys. But I say, you know what? I'm not going to force these people to stay in this contract. They don't want it. But the thing is, they were fighting with me or whatever. I should never have given them the money back. They didn't want to stay there or whatever. But I should never had to go through that shit. They could have talked to me, and it just all seemed like it was all just some kind of mess up situation. Because they could have talked to me about first of all, you don't want to stay here, don't. You're telling me you're not really sure, but you gonna go into the contract. I make up a long, thick ass contract letting them know. You know that there's problems, and it also it told them so they couldn't say, and I outlined what the problems were. If they made further damages like those other people did to the house, then that would be a problem. That's my dad's house. I came into this world as an owner, a homeowner. My dad, they didn't own my dad, and they did not own me. And I just look at how these judges pick and choose how they want to handle situations. And I literally was sitting up there knowing that it was my house. Them people had tore up my house and reported me to the city of Kenosha. To the city of Kenosha was threatening to take the house if I didn't make the repairs or whatever. They tried to criminally charge me and all that shit. How you gonna go through all this stuff and not even allow me to file damages on the house, like the damages that they put in the house? So I cannot do nothing but just accept what they're saying and walk away. I was just watching the case, like, they literally not believing this man. This man got this contract that he gave to the courts, wherever he was, gave to the people, whoever they are, whoever he is, he had the paper himself. That shit is ridiculous. It was a fucking mess. Cause why wouldn't he just go buy a house? He said that was the house that in that neighborhood. Maybe it was no houses for sale close. He said his children were over 3 miles away. I mean, about 3 miles away. And so for him to have to go in a situation where he'd be further away from his children, that probably wasn't his interest in him. Maybe he wanted to be able to always have a place, no matter how his situation was. So he gave money, like for me. And it's just, you know what I'm saying? I had to sell my dad's house. And I gave these people all of this money. First of all, thinking that I'm going to buy it. I did, before I even sold my dad's house, I was living in a place, renting. These motherfuckers sit up there and they lied to me. I was paying $2,300 a month. And, you know, it was some shit that was happening. And so I had to pay them on some rent that was not paid. And so I had talked to the man about it, and I had sent them a check for like more than $10,000. Before I moved out, but I was still supposed to be able to buy the house after that 12 months. But they ain't even let me buy the house because the whole thing was a setup. I don't believe that they were selling the goddamn house because they were not letting nobody just rent it. That house at 6149 106th Avenue, Kenosha, Wisconsin, Horizons, was only for people who were eligible to buy the house after a year. It wasn't just come over here and rent the house. It didn't go to court. I paid them. The woman was fucked up toward me. She started abusing me. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't available when I was trying to call and discuss the house breaking down. They never fixed anything. They never had anybody to fix anything. I had to learn how to fix the damn dishwasher, the garbage disposal. I mean, especially the garbage disposal. It was just all kinds of bullshit. I had to deal with the situation. My son in the bathtub is leaking. Just even the splashes on the floor. A child that was probably like 4 years old. The water from the bathtub was leaking down into the living room. The area where it's open concept kitchen, you know what I'm saying, whatever. I had a couch and I had a television mounted on the wall. The fireplace never did work. So everything that I got the house for, I did not have access to it. It was everything that I had there. And they robbed me. That house, the front door, family, people relatives or whatever, came in from all over out of town or whatever. The front door wasn't even working to get in. It was so humiliating and embarrassing. It was just some bullshit. And I had to go through these things. I don't even know how the damn window got broken in the basement. It was just all kinds of shit. And it was just constant, man. Them people, man, I'm telling you. They played the fuck out of me. All that money that I paid to them just to turn out that I had to go through. And they didn't go to court. I talked to them, talked to the other people. They were these other people. This other man was an attorney. Working for the city. Prominent people, I suppose. When I say prominent, I mean like well-known, good reputation. That reputation shit don't mean a motherfucking thing, man. Not everybody's writing down their wrongs and nobody's writing down their rights. Because not everybody is going to let people hold an account to them. Believe that. Fuck that. Once you know the law, you know that these motherfuckers cannot sit up here and hold your lifestyle against you and some shit. It has nothing to do with it. This is a whole new goddamn day. But when people sitting over here constantly abusing me, and I'm in the same situation over and over, and they're using all of my wrongs against me, they're still in that same situation, and all of that shit is still applying to my situation. And that's why I have the power in my situation, and they do not. For years, I did not sit up here and hold. I was still saying hi to these people. I was still just on my way. I accepted this shit properly. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it was a loss. I knew that it was a loss. I knew that there was problems. But yet I still took care of myself. And then drama and mess and all kinds of shit occurred further. The way that they did it, the way they try to play me, the paperwork they try to have me to sign, and legal shit, taking advantage of me, never sitting down and explaining anything to me, laughing at me, just using money until they decide to sell it. Them people sit there. I was supposed to buy that house, nearly 5,000 square foot house. I was, going to have some, maybe, get some foster children at the time to try to look out for some people, and also I had some foreign exchange students coming from Parkside. In the house, I submitted the paperwork. I did all kinds of things. And, I told them it was a limited amount of space that these people were going to be able to use. They weren't going to be able to blend in as a family with my family. But it was a whole area downstairs where there were bedrooms except the one that was used for storage. When somebody is paying that much money, why go get a storage unit? You know what I'm saying? I hired people to move stuff. They moved the trash, everything all in the same room. And you know what? Those people who own that house went and was searching and taking pictures all through the house and looking in rooms and just without a notice. They never gave a notice that they were coming to search the house. They were just doing it. And then use it against me and filed it with the state of Wisconsin and so the woman in the state of Wisconsin, she was, consumer protection. She started being mean to me, telling me, like, I can't possibly think that they're going to allow any action be taken against these people in the house, where they sent her a picture of some trash that was inside the house. No explanation of how the fuck they got that picture, because I wasn't there when they took it, and they sure ain't gave me no notice of it. You know, these people were going through some stuff, telling me about previous tenants, how they had their house, this and that, and others complain. And so immediately, you're not going to treat me like you treating somebody else in the situation. I mean, all of these points in conversation have nothing to do with this video I watched on YouTube. But I just looking and see, like, how do they handle this court process, though? Because I have been in some very unfair housing practices. And most of them have been unfair, except when I own my own house. I was renting out another house for years, and you know, that was a good situation. It was not perfect, but you know what I'm saying? It was just straight up. I just paid my money when I had to pay my money. And that's it. That's all I had to do, was just pay my money when I had to pay my money. It was a lease agreement all the time, and that was it. They never tried to, like, you know what I'm saying, be on some mess. It was a time where, you know what I'm saying, it was discussed probably paying some more money, and then the house is going to be sold, and it was, and I had to try to pick size. Man, everything had came at once, and it was, all of them had the same amount of weight. And I was the one that was trying to keep everything together, because I seen everybody's point of view. And I cared about everybody in the situation. I didn't want to break down anything. I didn't want to lose anything. And I just watch how it is. You know why? Because it's all about information and literacy. It's all about information and literacy, man. And I talked about some things that were just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But to have a conversation with those people until you want to bring a situation and then start trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, attack somebody in a situation. Why are you putting forth this effort to try to bring this man down about how he sold drugs or whatever? Why are you bringing up shit in a situation about why somebody went to jail or whatever? Ain't no motherfucking way that you about to sit up here and bring that man personal life up in this course. This just have nothing to do with the situation at all. I just watched it. I said, this is some bullshit. I said, but you know what I'm saying? This don't have nothing to do with me, because I had to be careful, because I don't know enough about it. But they trying to, you know what I'm saying, they ain't really getting to the point. So they start attacking that man, like, and he sat there the whole time. He didn't argue with him or nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? He just like, I got my receipts, I got my money. I paid my money. He gave that man a one-time payment, and they said, well, why is the signature somewhere else? They asked him, like, why didn't you get a cashier's check? A cashier's check ain't gonna really have no receipt like that. Once you get that cashier check is it. It ain't like a money order where you can track the money order or whatever. It ain't like a check. You know what I'm saying? A cashier's check is acceptable, because that's how I used to get to I used to use cashier's checks. But man, please, not everybody. And then when somebody's sitting up there and you know better, then you can educate it. But he said that's the way he pays in cash. You know what I'm saying? My dad used to carry his money, wads of money, and used to pay it out in cash. He went out there writing checks and shit. You know what I'm saying? He had credit cards, but my dad paid in cash. So I see my experience of how this man could very well paid in cash. Shit, large amounts of money. But what does it mean to the next person? You know what I'm saying? What is it? What does it actually mean? But yeah, that wasn't my business at all. It had nothing to do with me. But I just wanted to share like how I started thinking through the situation. But it's not valid what I went through. It's not valid to use that against anybody else in the situation. You know what I'm saying? It was not like it was entertainment or something like that. But what I'm saying is the justice system has some real serious flaws, and it's a lot of unfair competition. Man, these cases be so fucked up. They use all kind of tactics and shit to win. They don't give a fuck. And that's a messy type of opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad owned the softball team. He is a coach and all that. I mean, man, a team full of handsome, beautiful, in shape people. My mom played on the team, of course. But man, please, full black mother. My dad undefeated, all kinds of trophies and everything. And one thing that they used to do at the end of the game, no matter who won, no matter whatever happened or whatever the situation is. And I remember just a little bit of peace of seeing how beautiful they were, especially my mama. And my dad was standing there, whatever. But they would slap hands of everybody. And they would go around, they would slap hands. They would walk around like, you know, and slap hands of their, like, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't shaking hands, but that meant something. I don't know what the fuck it meant. I'm not going to assume. I could come up with something very beautiful, but that's not for me. I don't fucking know. That was a good game. You know what I'm saying? People took their ass whooping and people whooped ass. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee that whoever played, they weren't out there just getting their ass whooped though. You know what I'm saying? They played, because I know that my dad always been a strong coach. And people probably couldn't ever understand why I was fucking up so bad. You cannot worry about what I have going on when you all have never had to go through the things to understand as a child what things mean to you, where it's ideal to have a 2-parent household. And to not know why I went from seeing both of my parents every day. And people have their own lives. My mom and my dad are 2 independent individuals that did not have to stay together at all. And I need to get it through my head that everything is not going to be how I want it. But my parents were not committing crimes and I was not committing crimes. But I dealt with my situations the way I dealt with it, minding my business, working through my problems. And them teachers were in my business too motherfucking much. They were not teaching me. 2, if I'm sitting there not talking to them at times or whatever, if I'm just sitting there thinking or whatever, you can't call me depressed or something like that. Or if you don't want to teach me, or you want to make me seem like I'm stupid or whatever for talking in class, and then you steady criminalizing me, but you're not really trying to teach me, knowing that I'm a great speller, knowing that I'm good at math, knowing, at this point, I'm losing interest in you. Just because I was a child don't mean that I didn't see you dissing me. You know what I'm saying? I was awake back then. Them teachers were not trying to teach you. Matter of fact, it was one teacher who I would argue with And another fucking same 6th grade shit. That teacher retired. And then another black teacher was calling me a coward, talking shit to me, and had the nerve to try to keep my picture, held onto my school. My dad used to buy my school pictures, a pack of them, no matter how cute they were or whatever. But I dressed, and my mom did my hair, and you know what I'm saying? I took my pictures for school. But she said she was just looking at my pictures. She kept, because I asked her, I said, about my pictures. I'm asking her where my pictures at. And I happened to go up there one day, and they on her desk. And the coach, she said, I just cannot get over how white your teeth are. She said, your teeth are so white. And she was a pregnant woman. And I used to talk to that. I said, was she trying to have her baby talk like me, my voice? Because I was going in with that woman constantly. It's a black teacher. I had a black teacher. a black woman teacher in elementary. But she was a substitute teacher or whatever at one point. But I was happy, you know what I'm saying, that she did come. Because that was something beautiful to see. A black pregnant teacher. Woo! And she had to be in her 30s and 40s. Because that's right. Probably in her 30s though. And so, you know, these are the important things that I look at, you know. You do not have to know what's going on in somebody's home life. When you go to school, you go to work, you go to court, wherever you're at, these factors, listen, what you gonna say? Because I'm sad about something, and I'm not sad. I am not sad. But if I were sad or if I had some kind of issue, what is it going to change? What is the law? And the law probably is going to be much in my favor and much to say everybody can take care of their own business. And it's always gotten to a point where it was like, really, it didn't matter what I was doing. It's always me being accused, and I've steady built up a record. They never seen that I was not trying to fight them people. Where, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers would sit there and try to fight me, and I didn't want to. I did not want to. I knew I probably could have whooped that girl butt in 6th grade. I know I could have. And I didn't walk away. She called me out, talking about she want to fight me at the school, all this different shit. Man, I sat up there, whatever. And she just talking shit to me. I'm just like, man, whatever. I'm talking shit to you during class. You're saying some shit to me. You want to fight me. For what? You want to fight me. Why? Because you want to fight me, I got to fight you? No, that's not how this shit works. You're not going to sit up here and provoke me and make an appointment for me to come and fight you and just expect me to show up and fight you just because you want to motherfucker fight me. That teacher called me a coward in class because I told her about how she was teaching. Like, basically, I told her, you were not being a good teacher to me. And she's like, how you gonna try to say something, or you got your nerve to talk or something like that, and I seen you be a coward. That's that woman's culture. You know what I'm saying? So whether she was wrong or right, I don't motherfucking know. But I still didn't have to, and I had to fight that girl. And then the girl said, when I walk away, you better not get up. Man, I stood up, man. The fuck you mean? Now that's one thing. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to give me instructions. I might not fight you. Because why waste my energy or whatever? I just was not. Nobody seen that. They just seen me win the fights. That's all they seen. They never understood how horrible it was for me to know that I have to motherfucking protect myself. That you don't come up here and challenge me to no fight and you sit here and fighting me and I'm not going to fight you back. I've been fighting. And it's always for me to evolve. It's this goddamn word that I wish I had right now because I don't know who came up with it, but it just talks about just the reality of how you have a skill and you evolve in your skill and you change your skill to improve on it. Where, you know what I'm saying, one day you might be using Legos and another day you might be using bricks and gold bars. And when you have access to things, you evolve or whatever. And sometimes you may not ever go back to the Legos unless you might be teaching, but you might not have to teach with Legos. You might can start teaching with gold bars and bricks. And then them people might can learn in advance. You don't always have to go back. You don't, that's the thing. Man, 6th grade graduation, that same girl sit up there and follow me all around. You gonna basically tell me she can't wait till I fall. Like, she's gonna watch me fall. Like, I had some lace fucking platform shoes. And man, please, I did not fall. But them were my only pair of shoes that I brought with me that day. See what I'm saying? I had all kinds of shoes that I wore. Not just what you seen me wear. You know what I'm saying? I used to be embarrassed because I didn't always dress like a child. I had different kind of clothes. And I always wondered, like, how come I don't get my clothes from the kids section? My mom kind of, she got me more colorful clothes, you know what I'm saying? But I really didn't, I would rather probably get a cheese pizza on a Friday night than getting, cause I had clothes or whatever too. But I had the things that they didn't know anything about me. And because I was different, it led to an insecurity where I allowed them people, their lifestyle, their impressions to come off on me. And I kind of fed into the situation, not knowing that I was different. And I've always had a different approach. You know what I'm saying? Some of those children were generations behind me. Like, not behind me, but generations, like, they were generations from not even having a home. Their grandparents didn't even own a home ever. You know what I'm saying? But my dad did. So it was like, they didn't even see that. They made me feel bad about my dad having a whole motherfucking cart of a trailer that he built, right? That was built of lawnmowers. These motherfuckers sit there and at Hillcrest, don't make no motherfucking mistake. It was some times where I had some words with them motherfuckers over there, cause they used to try. They used to say shit, but I did my homework. Oh, better motherfucking believe that. But I wasn't up there fighting and getting in trouble or none of that shit. Oh, make no motherfucking mistake. Because most of the time, it was them talking shit on that goddamn school bus. And so I guess the school bus will report back. But that was after school. Motherfuckers, I tell you, they know how to pull it. They know how to push it. Where these motherfuckers sit there and they follow me home every day. They see where I live at, my house. While they were getting dropped off probably at apartments or whatever, I was getting dropped off on the little yellow bus coming from Hillcrest to my daddy's house. My house, too. Now, my dad's house. 4225 31st Avenue, Kenosha, Wisconsin, 53144, 1938. I find the message that I had to get for strength and my own problems. But the man would the boy went back to school one day and said, oh yeah, you broke, you ain't got shit or whatever. I had these Saucony's that my mom had got me. I really liked them. Probably asked for them, or maybe she got them, but they were some orange Saucony's. Barely even wore them. Matter of fact, the woman who, that white woman who just took it over my house, went through all my shoes, all the stuff I had, and she had my prom shoes, my 6th grade graduation shoes, all that shit stacked up. That bitch had my clothes and my stuff right there with her, and I told her, don't fuck with my shit. You're not barely even paying me anything to live in here. I'm trying to help you, and right now I can't get all this stuff out. Do not touch. They stole the tents from Loco 72. They stole bikes. They stole toboggans. The bitch took my brother's lamp that my brother bought and gave to my dad and sold that bitch for some drugs to somebody in Illinois, she said. Man, please. But anyway, so they talk about me and you ain't got shit. Your dad got a whole sitting out there with all them lawnmowers. Your dad got to cut grass for a living and all that. And that shit used to bother me. Like, it used to, you know what I'm saying? It affected me because my dad had already made his motherfucking money. And he was making more of it. And he had money coming on a regular. And my dad was working. And not only that, he was working with his hands, keeping his body in shape. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't all fucked up. I guarantee he wasn't hungry. My dad could eat whatever the fuck he wanted to eat. If my dad wanted to go out to eat more than one time a day, and at times he did. And he went out to eat on his own, and he brought me with, and sometimes he would bring a whole gang of us. He would bring more than one person. Them children at school, ask your dad, could I go out to eat with y'all today? We know y'all going out to eat. And I used to say, Dad, he said, come on, just come on. And they all knew Mr. Davis. The parents knew my dad already. You know what I'm saying? It was never like, nah, that man is strange. Even this one woman who had daughters that did not motherfucking play about her daughters and men and stuff like that. She used to let her daughters come to my house and come out to eat with my dad. The girl wanted a picture of my dad. She said, ask your dad is just, he wear his suits. He dressed so clean, all that stuff. Ask your dad if I can have a picture of him. I didn't go and take a picture of my dad had over thousands of pictures. I could have easily took a picture of my dad and gave it to that girl. I went to my dad and I asked my dad, can I give her a picture of my dad? I said the name of the girl. I said, she want a picture. He said, why she want a picture of me? No. She want a picture. And I already had the picture picked out and everything. I'm alive. I'm telling you, this shit is for real. And motherfuckers don't have that sort of thing, but it ain't like you can't create it. If you're having a problem, you might not find nobody who you can live that life with or whatever, and it may be easier to try to, you know what I'm saying, come into somebody that have a life and you want to force your way into things or whatever so that you can stay busy with your life or whatever. But it's about relevance. You know what I'm saying? I have to make my way around the universe. It's millions of people that I probably want to interact with. I mean, seriously. To say something to say hi to do the things that I have to do for myself, and to see, I mean, it don't matter. It used to be, I used to be so attracted to a man wearing a suit. I used to like it. And somebody used to say, oh, you know what I'm saying? I used to get in trouble and I'll be looking. That's something that I was attracted to. A man wearing a nice suit, a man wearing a nice uniform, looking good. I'm just looking. I ain't said nothing. You talk about you like somebody with a big ass, but you can look at somebody with a big ass, but I get in trouble for looking at somebody with their clothes all on. Okay? Hello. So it does not matter how somebody looks at it. It depends on what I'm doing. And I'm not going to have people to take advantage of me from something that has nothing to do with the equation. And I have confidence in myself, but I'd rather walk away and go in another situation, because it's not serving me any purpose to continue to do things that I know nothing about. I don't know what these people are getting. I don't know what they're going to do next. I don't know this. I don't know that. Unfair practices is going to come out here the whole time. But I was just looking at it, and I'm just like, man, this shit is pretty fucking consistent. But it goes with a lot of laws and how black people were able to get out of slavery and build their own neighborhoods, just like other people have. Sure. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. You know. But black people, and you know what? Their cities were burned down, flooded underwater, all of their possessions. You know what? Some of them rebuilt their shit. And then they turned around and lost it, had to lose it again or whatever. People were able to, they were the ones out there in them fields working. They were the ones doing that stuff. They were the ones creating these things and all those different stuff. And once these people say that they're free, their markets decline. So they want to continue to have these people that are enriched to steady take care of their works for them. And they want to continue to be the ones to count the money and tell somebody what to do and control them and say, you ain't nothing but a slave. You ain't gonna ever be able to make it on your own. You might as well stay here, you know, and all this. Meanwhile, they're never not giving them much of anything at all. But when the slave don't know how to get out there, don't know what's out there. Oh, you know, they don't know if they're going to get killed. They don't know. You're free now. Go and figure, fuck that. You want to keep getting your ass whooped? Where you get whooped with a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Where these motherfuckers sending dogs and hounds after you. Hound dogs, rather. Not just dogs. Hound dogs. Kenosha got a new dog that they got from another country or whatever now. The dog is specialized, is trained to recognize scent from different demographics. Whether it be from a person's scent or from drugs or whatever, right? I didn't really read off to. I just had glanced at the brochure and I grabbed the brochure. I'll look at it some other time. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's a hound dog. But I'm necessarily saying that people can train anybody to do anything. Now, these people sit up there and refuse to. They didn't want to teach them. They didn't want to read the books, but they still wanted to stay. These people were not using their information. They were gathering their own. And that's what people have to realize. Just because it's in a book don't make it more sense, better. And that's why I had people trying to make me feel insecure. I had a daddy at home. Now what? Shit. And I knew that my daddy was going to not only put food on the table, he was going to make sure that I ate as much as I wanted to motherfucking eat. He was going to go out there. It don't matter. I feel so horrible that my dad used to have me to work with him, and I'd rather stay in his motherfucking house and sit on my fat ass while he was going out there. And I did not go with my dad and work with him while he was out there cutting the grass. He had so many, and I could have been making money with my daddy. And not only having the money that he was giving me, because he would have still gave me money even though I had my own. I could have really had. It was a hard time, but I did not see it like that. I would have been in such awesome shape too. I wouldn't have had to worry about shit. I wouldn't have had to been all fat or whatever. All the things that I went through. You know what I'm saying? Being chubby. And a lot of those school clothes, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have like plus size girls and shit like that they have now back then. But my dad wasn't about to force me. He was still making his motherfucking money. He was getting up in the middle of the night working and taking care of things. And, you know, he worked through the day at times and he kept up with his shit. I never seen it affect him. But no matter the trouble that I was getting in, how I didn't get an education and continue, my dad still made sure I had the things that I have, and the thing, you know, he never held that against me. But people will be quick to be entitled to someone and someone else's when it's like that, but that is not realistic for me. I don't see things that way, actually. Shit. But I used to believe that I had to do everything to keep the family together, or just because it's a title, like, you don't owe me. Shit. But there are people who I have to get some money from. It's mine. But to go through a situation and have things being held against someone for no apparent reason. No, I need to understand. I need to learn this stuff. I need to do the things that I need to do for my life. I cannot worry about these people trying to tell me that I got to keep going to jail, that I can't. They want free slavery from me. There's more to life than what I believe to sit here. I'm not going to sit. That's why I won't get a public defender, because I'm going to say, having a public defender is like the scenario of the slaves being set free, quote unquote, because that Emancipation Proclamation need to be read into some more, and I plan to read it some more soon, actually. But it's like, no, just, you don't know where to go. You ain't gonna have nowhere to live out there. You might as well just stay with the slave who was your slave masters, and just keep living there forever and keep birthing children, giving them something to work for. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Giving them free labor, like you all are working for them. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to do nothing but entertain their guests, have balls, and make money, and socialize, and learn, and get all of the equivalent thing while you're doing things in the background. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that they had to realize, they were not building their strength in ways that these other people were building their strength. While you were trying to keep the books from them, these people were building right in your face, and you didn't even have enough sense to learn how to do it yourself. So you want to sit up here and enclose people in and try to put some kind of tactic out on someone because they are not you. And it's like, No, you're free. Go. Figure it out. That's like me out here. They trying to tell me to go to a shelter, go all these places. I've been out here in these streets, outside. Like right now, somebody said, well, you're in a car right now. Nah, you don't know what you talking about. You know, straight up. You don't know what you talking about. But I'm not about to go into slavery with these people, and I'm trying to get away from it. They want to convince me to steady be domesticated with them, to steady have them to be able to make choices for me and tell me what to eat and all these different things, or control me and separate my body instead of me having a holistic approach, a quote unquote holistic approach. No, I have to walk away because I know there's more out there. It's 2025. And then they started doing things like, oh, this bitch she's crazy. She's insane. This is what's going to allow them to win, to keep me or to get rid of me. Building these cases, pushing me from one thing to another. All this shit. These motherfuckers want me to go take a drug test. I'm not about to go and take, for what? One group of y'all trying to have me to take a drug test. The other group of y'all trying to get me on drugs. It's all the same shit. It's all through the course. Who's telling the fucking truth here? Me. How is this legal over here? How is this legal over here? It's because I do what I want, but I have to be able to prove it. And they know I can, but unless I tell them, oh, well, this law says this or this law, they're going to tell me that they're going to continue to slave me until I understand. I'm not about to get into, and as a matter of fact, I'm just going to talk about some other shit too while I'm at it right here today. I'm not going to keep getting into these relationships with people, not knowing anything about them. That's just like how somebody will sit there and they'll proposition them to have sexual intercourse. They're consenting to, or whoever, how many consenting people. I gotta give me something to drink. Man, I gotta get some. These people just go out there, don't know what kind of sex these people have. Don't know what they into or nothing. And they say, you don't know but you gonna go and not talk. You don't know to talk. All sexual intercourse is not the same. Okay? And people need to realize that. You don't just think that, oh, it's just going to be somebody sticking something inside of you, or you just sticking something inside of something, and that's it. You're going to make some moves, you're going to pump, and you're going to move, and that's it. No, motherfuckers, I'm telling you right now, motherfuckers ain't playing around here. They got all kinds of stuff that they do to enhance them, because some people get bored. Some people have different ways of doing things. Some people got skills out this world. And if you are not careful, if you are not prepared, and you sign up for something, you do not want to make the choice of saying whether or not are you now abused. Be careful. Because if you're not having a proper conversation before, either way, tell them what you know what I'm saying? And that's why they say, once you get in a bed with something, that's why I said, once you get in a bed with someone, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're involved, but you can always say no and walk away. But did that person exchange your bodily fluid with you? What are they going to believe? What are they going to say if something goes to court? Because some people believe that matters and some people don't. Fuck that. No. No, you do not own me for nothing. I don't give a fuck. Because that was not a part of the agreement. But this is why people sit out there and they wear all this makeup and act, and people got to make, and you like, wait a minute, that's not your real hair. I thought that was your real hair. Oh, you're actually dried out. You're this and that. And you already in that person car. You already in that person. And people blackmail people. They start hating when shit don't go their way. At times, you have to be very, 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 very careful who you get involved with. And that's why I say, I do not need to have to go in a situation with anybody that I have to feel like I have to abuse, or they have to abuse me at any point. Nah, man. This shit is real. What the most part that somebody can be ready for is to take care of themselves, but people just don't want to. It's like a failure to launch. You know what I'm saying? People out here calling me crazy. I mean, they literally jailing me and trying to make it seem like it's illegal to not have a house or claim some specific residence. Why does it matter where the fuck I stay at now? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Kenosha or Racine. That don't have shit to do with a police officer asking me, what are y'all trying to come up with? They use all these agencies and fight and act like, oh, if I call you about an issue, that does not give you a pass to use some other kind of issue, you know what I'm saying, toward me. What you find that you want to come up with to build your case for somebody else. And that's why I feel like this was a whole set. These be setups. They'll have somebody to come so I can be the one to call the police because they know I'm gonna call and make record. Like they didn't scare me so bad and then meanwhile they use it and that's entrapment. You see what I'm saying? Them cab drivers and all that shit. Them Lyft drivers, some of them, man, please, they work closely with the police. And they be dirty fucking police too. They be the ones that are rather corrupt, not dirty, corrupt, like criminal. And they do anything they can to win. You know what I'm saying? They'll sit out here and write some stuff down or whatever, and they be lying. They know they don't got the funding for it or the clearance, and then they say, but look, we caught them then. Yeah, you caught them, but now we got a whole lot of mess. We got to try to figure out how to clean this shit up. Okay, let's just throw this in here. Say that person was crazy. Let's throw that in there and say that person, you know what I'm saying? Oh, let's plant some drugs on them. That'll do it right there. Fuck that, man. That's why I went through all my stuff. Every time the people, took my stuff from me, I looked through everything. Even when I was in jail, all that shit, man, I looked through all my stuff before I touched it. No matter how hungry I was, no matter how much I wanted to open up that goddamn pack of noodles, I went through my stuff to make sure nobody else's stuff was in mine at all. Fuck that. I wasn't giving nobody my stuff or nothing. Shit is serious, man. Motherfuckers just hate on me. You know what I'm saying? They seen I had a handbook. Only reason why I got that handbook because a guard, while I was asleep, stole my juice. She took my cranberry juice. She was stealing my juice while I was asleep. She didn't take them whack ass motherfucking donuts. She stole my juice through the gate. Why are you stealing my juice? And she wrote me up. That shit was motherfucking November 2nd at nighttime going into November 3rd. Then they tried to say on November 3rd, 2024 that they gave me some kind of medication and all that. I didn't even come out that motherfucking cell. I didn't come out the cell the whole day. I did not eat their food or nothing. It was white woman, some white people coming in there checking the phones and everything, picking up the phones, trying to see if the phones work, all kinds of shit on that. I remembered the day. Shit, I was pissed off them motherfuckers. Let me keep this food here for when I want to eat it. Why do I have to eat when you tell me to eat? I'm going to eat when I want to eat. I'm literally in jail for some bullshit. I did for that case where I got out of jail. It wasn't only them 6 months. I did about 9 motherfucking months. I did about 9 months for free. I was not sentenced or none of that shit. I want mine. That's a lawsuit. And for me to have to put that much time of my life in, and then to say, well, I'm presumed to be innocent. What's innocent? What is innocent? For me, I have to enunciate my words. I have to learn. I have to grow to speak like these people and do the things that they want to do. And it's almost like I'm agreeing to their shit. That's making them win. When I sit there and change my language, change what I agree to, accept they lost, they're going to win every fucking time. It's involuntary volunteerism. It ain't no way out of this. So I'm going to say, I'm talking to you now. What are you standing on? Because this shit is this ain't no goddamn street ball. This is for real. This is the court of law. What law are you standing on? You don't call no police at Racine Municipal Court on me and say I'm harassing you. How? You just told me that you're going to get the clerk of courts to give me the laws of what you work, what you operate, what you handle your courts through. How? You did not tell me you're going to call the police. The police kicked me out. They tried to arrest me. I'm telling you, they got a man, please, this organized crime like a motherfucker, and that's their system. If you're going to keep involving yourself in their system, that's what you're going to get. If you don't understand, you don't have to bring your raggedy ass or your fancy self to their stop. Stop having to validate in somebody else's stuff. Get your own shit. Because when they want their shit back, it don't matter how much money you gave them. They're going to get, and if you do not do what they say, they will damn near try to lynch your motherfucking ass and bring anything. I don't give, and they never once asked, did that man have drugs? He said, that man said, ain't no drugs even being sold out of the house. So how are they bringing up a situation about this man, you know what I'm saying, like you know what I'm saying, man, please, I don't know them. But what I'm saying is, I got to convince somebody why I wear my hair like this. Do you have any other suggestions? Because this is how my hair comes out of my head. Look, my hair is still growing, and I have not put any moisturizers, any grease, any gels, any sprays, nothing. I ain't let nobody motherfucking even don't even try to see if I'm gonna let you slide with it. You're not touching my hair. I got this. This is what, can I please do something for me? Can I have something? You're saying like, nah, you're not touching, you know what I'm saying? But people want to know, well, why am I wearing my clothes? Why am I doing this? I like my stuff. Are you going to be like this forever? Why are you worried about, I'm here today. What is it that, you know what I'm saying? People are trying to figure out stuff because I'm on my own. I'm not conditioning myself to the machine of what everybody else is doing. And I'm still happy. I'm still living. I'm not fucked up out here going crazy, running to their mental health hospital, running to them, you know what I'm saying, begging them for shit like that. And people cannot, okay, that's because I have found that I do me better than anybody else can. You know what I'm saying? And that anybody else have by making the choices for myself. My dad used to buy my clothes happily. I used to go right there and be with my dad while he shopped and spent his motherfucking money. Yes, he did. And yes, I was. So just because you don't qualify, you know what I'm saying? But right now, ain't nobody about to change my clothes. Now, I add something to it, maybe. But it's some things that if I am not there yet, you cannot force me. You have the opportunity to go somewhere else. If you do not want to appreciate where I am so that I can go through my process and do the things that I have to properly do, then that's on you. I'm not going to sit out here and let somebody tell me that because I'm 38, I'll be 39 on June 12th, 2025. That I cannot grow moisture. A lot of women are mistaken about how their bodies, because they went to somebody that is not used to their kind of bodies and they have an expiration date on their clients, on all of the things that they do. They're testing and see what the body can do at early stages, and they're getting earlier and earlier. They have now changed the puberty age to much sooner now. They're wilding the fuck out because somebody is out there looking for a pure virgin. Meanwhile, schools is saying, public schools, a parent cannot tell a teacher how to teach. Now listen, this is in the law. They're trying to say, but it contradicts like a motherfucker. That if you send your child to public school, you cannot tell that teacher how to teach your child. They build their structure on shit that have nothing. It's unethical. You still need to explain to me what the fuck you teaching. So if they're steady pushing me into special education, or somebody's touching a child inappropriately, or if somebody is, you're saying right now they just no, actually the art teacher at Indian Trails in Kenosha gave his letter of resignation or whatever. They said that they found, you know what I'm saying, like a mattress or something in his room off from his art room. And at times it was some hidden, somebody had left it open or something. And at times they have seen children inside of but they never had any speculations or whatever. But they sit there and they gonna take this man's job from him, or they did whatever. And he gave, I don't know what the fuck happened, but the whole thing just seemed whatever. And I guess, I don't know if he was using it to take some kind of breaks or whatever. I don't fucking know. But I don't know what he was doing. But these people sit up here, and there's a lot of stuff out here. You said he's sending your children to that public school. You said he's sending, you know what I'm saying, your child this place. You don't know what the fuck people are doing. Every time if I go to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center, they want me to write my name on a piece of paper and say if I'm a boy or a girl and my age, all this different stuff and what I'm doing, and I put law. But they are taking demographics and a list and categorizing and itemizing each and every person, and they are using that and they're shuffling this shit around. Okay, we got this list of names. Oh, okay, who's this person? This person, this person, this. Oh, it's a group of them. It's 5 children in this family. Okay, they live at this, and this is how they keep getting money and funding. They never put that money back into these places. They don't put any better computers. They don't do shit. But they use it as their mouthpiece so that they can continue to do the stuff that they want to do to advance. It's nothing but slavery. Now you sit up there and no, I already don't have my own stuff, or I want to go meet somebody or whatever, but you still doing what you want to do with my name, and I have no choice. But I walk through those doors. But if I don't have anywhere else to go, But I had my own computer. I had my own printer. I had all of my own things. And I had and some. Even with Instacart. I don't know if this fucking shit was hacked. Man, them motherfucking laptops that I got from Best Buy from Instacart, they were talking on their own. The screen was messing up. The printer that I got from Hewlett Packard, that mug didn't even have a serial number. I couldn't even use the printer. I mean, it was just, I said, what the fuck is this? It was a mess. You know, just having my own things, man. Not having to worry about what other people have for me. But if I'm going to sit up here and constantly go out and do things, you know what I'm saying, and try to be involved with something, it's going to be a point where if I am not careful, it's going to be some problems with it. And this is why a lot of people want to get a degree, because they had a degree and they can say, okay, they can do it professionally, but you can also come up with your own business plan and submit it. You can also come up with the things that you want and establish your stuff. Entrepreneurship is a very relevant thing, and it's not easy because so many people have to travel alone. You may not have, you're not going to get the money, but sometimes, the money is important, because I believe a person going to try to give me a mental evaluation and going to make it seem like, but he didn't mention that on the evaluation about him asking me about, do I believe that I can ever have $1 million? Like that was just unrealistic for him to mention about me ever having $1 million. But the fact of the matter is, knowing that I can accomplish something that I can do something and achieve something for myself, that I can get to a place that is good for me, however I word it, whatever I do, is important. I do not have to say like the money is everything, because sometimes that money is easily taken or taken advantage of. And when somebody says, you know what, you gave me money, but you're not getting it back. There's people right now. Kanye West said he had put some money in the bank, and you know what I'm saying, I ain't about to be putting all these people's name out there. You know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna do that. But I use myself as an example. I put some money in the bank, TCF Bank. TCF took the money, and then after they accepted the money, I had to fill out paperwork or whatever to tell them where I got the money from. If I did not answer those questions, how they wanted me to answer those questions, they would have stole my money and probably called the police on me and prosecuted me, and I wouldn't have ever got the money back. They would have did whatever the fuck they want to do, would have put whatever charge that they want to put on me, and then I would have not had my thousands of dollars. It was $10,000 from my dad. Terrible situation. Please. And then what? This is the thing that when you get involved, where these people sit there and use your money to fund other people, and you're the lesser than, but they want to keep a hold of your money so that they can continue to build. This is what you ask. You got to be careful. I never knew some banks use other people's money. And that's why people see that interest. That's because they get a little bitty small when they're borrowing out people money. That's why it's banks that sit there and give you a penalty for even taking your money out the bank. They won't even let you take your money out the bank. You got to go through all kind of shit because they have given your money out to other people. And this is why it's so hard when people get a loan and they don't pay that shit back. But they better tell you, from the beginning. So you literally doing business with somebody else, and now you in trouble big time because these motherfuckers didn't lie and said that it was their money and it's somebody else's money. Now somebody else don't got their money, and now they're gonna be found out and they ass is in trouble. But you better believe if you don't know your shit right, that they gonna be in trouble before you be in trouble. Because I didn't borrow. You told me that it was your money. I had this relationship with you. I didn't have this relationship with them. Now, I'm supposed to pay it back, but you know that, hey, I don't have it. But it's still that now you didn't get it. So now where you got to get the money from some, and it's just a cycle. So you say, you ain't going to be able to get your money back. I can't, now they're going to call the police and say that you mentally ill, that you're a criminal, that you're this, that you're that. Man, please. And you know what? People taking in stride and they still live their life. You know what I'm saying? I have to continue to live my life, but I'm not going to let these people just get away with the things that they've been, just getting away with, y'all. Promise that. Man, I promise. Man. I'm gonna have to, get me some money from it because no. It's been too much, and they've been working their way up and building it and using all kind of agencies and doing all this stuff. And they want to just take me out about it. Why are you trying to destroy me for some legitimate things that I'm doing? That shit don't even make sense. Man. That's just like me. I try to eat things like right now I'm eating a carrot stick, like a stick of carrot or whatever. It takes away from people trying to say that I'm sick or I have all kind of these problems. They don't got shit. That's why they can't use on me. I'm not eating all dirty. I'm not out here living risky. They don't got shit. So now they're going to try to say I'm out of my mind. But this is what I want to do. This is the attitude I want to have. Just because you don't know me. You weren't showing up as yourself. When you first seen me and you would have did this shit that you're doing now, I would have had something to say to you. I was in my own house having arguments with people with my own dad. The fuck? Nah. I was in a marriage and not man, please. So you think, and I'm not in a marriage now. If I can discuss some stuff in my own house, I can discuss some shit in the street. Motherfucker, ain't nothing that you gonna do is gonna give me more luxury than I can give to myself. Shit. Them motherfuckers rented me a house. You know what they were doing? Coming over my house, fighting and arguing with each other in front of my kids. And a parent didn't want their son to see it. The man was treating the woman like she was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. But she was treating him like he was shit. They were treating each other like they were shit. That woman sat up there and had somebody come walking up into my house talking I didn't have no clothes on. That man came right in my back door. I don't know how the fuck he just found his way into my house. Went right in the basement and did not want to leave. I said, you got to get the fuck up out of here. You got to go. You don't have no permission to just walk up in here. And then the motherfuckers want to try to call me an unruly tenant or I made it hard for them to get work time. Y'all, I've been asking y'all to do this for all this time. Now it's a day you know that I'm not about to be at the house or something like that. Now you're going to come doing whatever up in my house while I'm gone. I had a lease on that house. You know what I'm saying? Notify me properly. They weren't giving me nothing in writing. They did what the fuck they wanted to do because they knew that I was on public somebody else, and they had other people that were already prepared to say that, and I had a criminal background. So they're easy to believe. Credibility, what the fuck? And so they make it hard for me to file complaints on them because they believe in the credibility system and they want to constantly believe. Fuck that. No, I'm telling them, y'all. I'm telling this shit, and I ain't know that before. I tried to be fair, and I'm continue to be who I am. I ain't gonna try to be fair for shit. I am not fair. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. Fuck that. And I could be mean, but I'm not gonna kill you. You are not about to kill me. Fuck that. No. Oh, man. They out here laughing at motherfuckers playing, like, using against people, like, try to get them agree with something. Like that judge gonna say, well, if you don't come up with something, I'm gonna have to use his evaluation. And I'm, like, literally damn near scared of this motherfucker. Cause he do anything, you know what I'm saying? Not too much scared, but just knowing that this man will make an unlawful decision on my life if he wants to. He's literally holding my action, like where I choose to make my next steps. This motherfucker ain't showing up with a scholarship or nothing. This nigga might send me to jail and try to put me on some drugs that would literally murder me. And I was so busy gathering myself, I could barely even get everything out that I wanted to say. And I was actually surprised that he was hearing me talk because he never was. So I seen some growth there. Man. Shit. And so I was talking to him about these different things. He said that's secondary or whatever. And so I know when I go back to court this next time, I'm not going to be put in jail because he told me that he's going to address the issues where I tell him I need more time to be, not to go to jail, to handle my stuff and whatever. He said that's going to be talked about. Don't deny me. Not deny me. You know what I'm saying? If you choose to decline, I don't know what that means, but that's on you. That law is standing there, though. And there's many of them. Which one are you basing your stuff off of? How do you run your courtroom? Like those doctors out there. They work in a Catholic hospital. They work off a Catholic basis. Man, I'm telling you, some Catholics believe that they can take you, if you're in pain, they take you out of your pain. They believe that it's a specific age. Like, that's why they say once you like 13 or whatever, man, I don't know at all. But I can fight a little bit. And I don't really know how to fight like that. That's another thing. I need to learn how to fight. I want to learn how to fight. How about that? I really want to learn how to fight. Motherfuckers out here, while you sitting out here learning how to talk shit, build your strength. Because them little bitches out here, they gonna try to wear your ass out one day. You might try to go out to the bar or the club, or you out kicking at a house party, or you somewhere, and you might talk shit more than them. They already mad at you. They believe that you dumb. And you can't put your words together. So then they might get a little physical and might whoop your motherfucking ass. And they daddy might be somewhere in charge and they see you ain't got one. Go to the gym. Do something. Build your strength. Shit. I run my mouth. Yes, I run my mouth. But I stretch my body. I try to be active as best as I can. I eat. At least I can eat something that's going to be of some nourishment to me. A lot of people out here just jumping in bed and doing all that and just being lazy. Work out. Get your body together. Take care of yourself. Understand what you need so that you can be more wet. Work your body out. As you grow, your body's going to mature. You're going to be able to expand, produce more juices. It's going to flow better. But you have to work your body out. A lot of women, like, I menstruate. Me moving my body, me taking care. That's going to continue to build my, expand my blood vessels. Anybody who has, and no matter if you menstruate or not, whatever you are, whatever you identify as, working out is going to expand because it's going to be more blood, and everybody don't have the sort of like understanding that you're going to have to go through something where you're developing blood and you're expanding and extending your strength and your blood vessels. Your blood is flowing. So when you get to moving around and you start breathing hard or whatever, and you be worried like, oh, what's wrong? That's because you're alive. A lot of shit out here, a lot of people don't see that because a lot of people out here on drugs. So their body is numb. So they just sitting there fucked up all the time. But when you start breathing heavy and all that, you're alive. Your body is moving. And a lot of people are going to keep you because they're scared to let you know that all those other people, they let people who's like sick believe that they're the healthy ones. Because they want to continue to have them in their control. They want to continue to have them on blast, like in their minds, and separate them from themselves. Or they want to convince them. Or they do not want those people to find that they're different or ashamed. Who's this boy? Please, man. He just graduated from high school. He said, his mom said, that a gym teacher called and told her that he was now moving slow, and to take him into, he wasn't as active in gym class that day or whatever. Now to take him to the hospital. Damn, he might be anything. He might got a poop. He might have a normal, he probably didn't want to, but now you done made his mama take him to the hospital because he's not active as you want him to be. Talk to him. You're the gym teacher, probably the health teacher too. What the fuck? And then all of a sudden the boy is waiting for a heart transplant, man. Explain that where you gonna get that heart from? And it's not always promised because some people they can do all kind of stuff with the heart. They only need a little bitty opening and they can these people are not smart enough and intelligent enough to make the diagnosis that they're doing. They're not they're fucking around out here. And when they make a mistake, they're going to trash people and have the police to sweep them the fuck up. Shit. Tell you. Man, listen, not everybody is out here like that, man. For your good. There's some people who are skilled and it takes a while. You're not just going to get there overnight. Let somebody live and grow up and understand and earn something and learn something. But you too busy, like that woman told me. She going to close the door. I find somebody that would kind of work with my son or whatever and be there, you know, do some yard work or whatever at times. Or it got to a point he's saying his girlfriend was jealous that he was coming over there because she started coming over. I said, yeah. What? I mean, you're at work. What's she jealous of? I don't want you. Like that, you understand? Tell her to come. Fine. But man, the owner of that house, and they call themselves some Davises. She went behind my back and tried to hire to take him from me and try to hire. I said, if he working for you, he not gonna be able to work for me. Come on. She's like, come on. First of all, why did you have to, the door been open this whole time, but you're going to ask him to excuse himself onto the porch and you're sitting here running business in the house that I'm leasing. You didn't come here for that. I don't give a fuck. This your house. Okay, so because it's your house, you gonna do whatever the fuck you want to. And this my house right now. I got the motherfucking lease. But you gonna do whatever and not talk to me about it at all? I told him, you make a decision. You go work for her. I'm sure she probably gonna pay you more than you getting paid from me. But you're not gonna be able to come back here. Nah. Fuck that. Because now I'm gonna have to find somebody else to... You don't come over here shopping around and see who you can steal from me and take from me. You talk to me. She probably could have talked to me. She know nothing about him or whatever. That man is his own person. I'm not saying that. I saw him out there moving furniture one day. Black. Looked like he had some muscles. Whatever. I asked him, did he want to make some extra money or whatever? I'm not about to be out here just picking up just strangers. Fuck that. Because it was on some bullshit. All of this stuff. Nah, man. Telling you. So. I live my life. I was feeling so hungry. I started eating this carrot. I feel kind of hungry, but not as much hungry. And I just have to continue. And it's not giving me like this bulky, full feeling. I'm just having a feeling like I'm eating and I'm feeling like nourished, but I'm not feeling stuffed. Like I can actually, it's, you know what I'm saying, a different kind of thing. Like, it depends. Like if I eat some breads or something, it's going to give me that artificial feeling. I eat just a little, and this is how I have to continue to eat it. So I have to put forth the effort and understand. I'm going to have to put in more effort in my own life, but it's going to pay off. Somebody had once said, choose your heart. You know what I'm saying? I learned struggle. Struggle, just like consequence, just like distraction, just like read and read. It goes different ways. And I have to choose what it means to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to show improve or be an improvement for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I have to continue to take care of myself. And I'd rather have authority and so I can go up to them and not as their peer or anybody else, but be in an ownership position and still talk to them where I'm not having to do everything for them. I can do it for myself and talk to them man to man. Shit. Man, this stuff is serious. But I'm planning to come on some other time. I got so much to say. It's 8:45 a.m. right now. So I'm coming on some other time though. With the live video, of course. I'm just going to kind of like talk some about that. And I just take care of myself. I pull myself through and I put it together and just so happened I record it. But I have to process and this is give me great skill so that I can handle these people and understand. I have to put it into perspective. You know, my way. I'm not going to be put into perspective though. So, I'm living my life. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm making some guacamole in a little while. I'm after these carrots. I'm going to eat my guacamole with these carrots today. I'm just about to urinate. I'm going to do that. Oh my goodness. I'm out. You know, I'm looking at like some of these things are made with different kind of workings and patterns, and a person with their craftsmanship, they do whatever they want to do. Like they're building a house and they say, okay, I'm gonna build a house this way, but they may not tell the person what they put into somebody else's house. This is what they have been skilled to do, craftsmanship. But they never ask like what that next person believe in or nothing like that. You know, some people build a house for somebody else and still sign their name in somebody else's cement. Wait a minute. How the fuck you just sit there and put your name on my cement and I paid you to do this motherfucking job? This is my house. You didn't give me no fucking discounts. It was not an agreement. This is my house. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that I have a house or anything like that, but I'm saying like people do all kinds of stuff. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna come on some other. Yes, I got some black beans. Well, I'm here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis. I'm gonna come on some other time with a live video. My mama cooked some hot food. I'm happy about it. Anyway, I'm here. I'm Jasmine Renee Davis.